So, Tess, I was just coming over to you, and you were about to tell me what your opinion was on the Sidewinder Lime XPA.
I actually really liked it. That's all.
Well, it's been lovely having you on the podcast.
I wrote notes. I wrote yum, less beerish, light, which I think sums it up. Honestly, I have this idea of what beer tastes like, and I say that it is like beerish. That's how I describe. There's this generic beer taste in my head, and it's probably like a 4X that I tasted as a kid. Like, I was allowed to have one sip of my dad's beer, and then I hated it, and it was the worst thing ever in the whole world, and that's beer. That's what beer tastes like. So I don't know if it was 4X, but I do think he likes that.
What's
He should be on the pod.
What's really interesting, Tess, is that you are right where me and the boys were when we started the podcast, because we had, and I think I still roughly have it in the back of my mind, is like, I'm so corrupted with the what is a beer taste, and for me it's sort of like it's Bogues. Like, Bogues just sits in the back of my head as like, that's what beer is.
What is beer?
Oh my gosh, that's deep. Maybe we should do a.
Can you do like a galaxy background?
I'll try. Yeah, but maybe that's what we really need to dig into more of. As what we're not looking for the best beer. We're trying to find ourselves.
It's all this ever was, and it's all it's ever been. That was me saying the same thing twice, and it's all it will ever be. You should write a book.
Oh, now we're talking. You were saying?
I don't know. It was kind of sweet. Oh, I feel like I need a sip. It was a while ago. That it wasn't a while ago. We didn't have to cut because the microphone did not go flat halfway through. I honestly, it tastes sweet to me, which I really like. And I think you said this off camera, but it reminds you of Solo. Was that it?
Yeah, definitely.
So Solo and Passion. Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, it's got a strong Solo vibe. I think it's also because like it's, it's like a Solo. It's low on fizz, so you can smash it down fast.
That's why I don't like fizz. I hate fizz. I always tell Will that I like my lemonade warm and flat, and that's not a joke. And maybe that's why I like it.
Yeah, this is different. I think even compared to the passion fruit one,
it's like we're at a kid's party, but not.
They're both pretty light on the carbonation. They're not particularly bubbly beers. And again, I don't know if that's just this style of beer or because it's the low alcohol content. But yeah, they're both not particularly bubbly. And you know what's interesting? When you mix them both together in your mouth,
it's like punch.
Oh, I was going to say it's not. It's sort of. I feel like you get the worst traits of both.
I liked it.
Yeah, well, each to their own.
I was going to suggest it as like a type of punch. So I have an investigation. I have a question. Do we have time?
Before we jump to that, Tess, I just had an idea that this beer would be a really good base for like a beer cocktail. Because you want something light, but this is a bit flavorful. So like if you're going for something like a Corona, you could swap that out for this because it's like particularly the lime. I think maybe this tastes pretty similar to a Corona with lime, less carbonated, but heavy on the lime. You disagree?
No, it's way sweeter.
Have you had a Corona?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
When I was a kid, and my dad let me... No. I'm sure it was worse.
Cut to young Tessa drinking.
Underage drinking is not only illegal, but it's also not good for other reasons.
Brain development.
Brain development.
Moving right along, Tess.
I'm just saying we don't endorse it, and it's bad. Oh yes, I've had a Corona because you used to drink Coronas. You used to drink them when we met. And so, therefore, like you and Billy used to drink them a lot.
I must have been really cool when we met.
Yep. So, as you were talking earlier about, I don't know, you were reading something, I was reading the can, and I really liked that they say I just liked their uses of. I have to read it to you. Or did you? You didn't already read the can, did you? Wait,
Not for
we're
this
holding
one.
different cans.
No. Yeah.
Lime XPA is good times in a can with zingy and zippy refreshment for your anywhere. I didn't finish. That was the end of the sentence. Is fine for your anywhere, anytime enjoyment. And I really liked that they described it as zingy and zippy. And as soon as I read that, like I just couldn't think of any other description really. It's just the perfect description. Zingy, zippy.
Maybe they don't need us on their marketing team.
Because they're really good at it. And I was reading the ingredients just out of curiosity. And I noticed that there was an ingredient called maltodextrin. And I thought to myself, is that a sweetener? Because it sounds like an ingredient that might be a sweetener. But then I was like, oh, it starts with malt. Maybe it's something to do with the malt. But I Googled it and it's a thickener. So that's not why. I don't think it's why it's so sweet. I mean, I can't say conclusively, definitively that it's not. But how is it sweet? How do they make it sweet?
I imagine something to do with the brewing process and probably how long you leave the hops in. But
what is beer?
Again, I could not say for sure. We've done a few episodes where they actually sort of talk a fair bit about the brewing process test. So if you're interested, you could go back and have a little look at those. Maybe
Were they ones that I filmed?
probably some of the ones of particular interest might be when we spoke to Will from Van Diemen, or I'm trying to think of other ones where we actually talk about the brewing process.
Josh?
Yeah, Josh at Buttons.
Was that when I deleted the video file?
I think
Someone did.
I think we probably get a bit more into it the second time we go to Buttons. Or there's also the time we had a little chat with Willie from Seven Sheds, talking about his more old school styles of beer brewing. So we've actually covered a lot of it. But
I was there for almost all of them.
Yeah, and I still don't know too much about it. But what I do know is we've got an incredible rating system here on Beer Babies that is perfect for deciding stuff like which beer is best. And because we've got 2 beers today, it is only right of us to put them up against each other. So Tess, if you were given a 6-pack of the Lime XPA or the Passion Fruit XPA, which one are you going to take?
Well, I would need some fresh limes and some fresh passion fruit and a big jug. And I would pour them all in, some ice cubes, some little paper umbrellas.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd give it all a stir and I'd drink them all.
These beers do have a real sort of summer party vibe.
It would be summer and I would be there would be palm trees.
I'm not sure. Because these have just come out, and I'm hoping they're not just a limited release. Because I think particularly I do a fair bit of on-call work, so I can't drink and have the on-call phone. So something like this would be really nice to have on those days when when I feel like a beer, but can't sort of get stuck into a real hearty IPA or something. So this is a really good option. Out of the 2, I'm having trouble sort of deciding which one I like more. I think the passion fruit is definitely slightly beerier, if that makes sense. Because the lime XPA really does not give any sort of beer vibe at all.
But what is beer?
We've done probably 100 episodes on it. So I am having trouble because I think each of, again, some people in recent episodes have pointed out the flaws of the 6-pack test. I think each of these has a place, and they're very drinkable. To be honest, I think the lack of carbonation and they're a little bit too sweet for me. I think eventually that would slow me down. But again, these would have to be probably the best, or 2 of the best low alcohol, no alcohol beers that I've ever had. So I'm going to give the Lime XPA 4.5, and I'm going to give the Passion Fruit XPA a 4.
Can I revise my answer?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I stand by my answer in
Okay.
review, but I think that I prefer the lime one.
Yep.
And I think it's because, And that's my review. Yeah, I prefer it because it is less beery.
Thank you so much, Tess, for giving up your valuable time and coming and doing this great episode of Beer Babies. Do you have anything that you want to plug? Anywhere you want to send the Beer Babes?
I don't do anything. You can head over to @RubyTuesdayArt on Instagram to then click the link and find... Wait, they're in YouTube. Stay in YouTube. I'm on YouTube. I paint. No, wait, what's my elevator pitch? Have you ever thought about learning watercolor?
Because Tess does some excellent videos, and particularly those earlier ones were edited really, really well. And there's lots of really interesting stuff. So if you want to learn a little bit more about art, maybe you're sitting down with a nice cool can of the Sidewinder Lime XPA, and you got your paintbrush out and you're just painting the beautiful summer skies. Tessa's got videos on all of that and how to do it, and who knows, maybe we'll even do a fun beer painting crossover one day, which we've been threatening to do for years. But make sure you go check that out. Make sure you like and subscribe here, and you can see all our past videos, some of which I talked about today. Today was so much fun. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye. You gonna say goodbye?
Bye.